Mm.
Mm. There we go. Yes, sir. We back. We back. We back. Welcome to another episode of Vibes and Convo. Come on in. Come on in. Water's fine. Welcome to another episode of Vibes and Convo, where we champion everything and all things that are R and B. I'm your
Yeah.
host, Sequel 2297, and right next to me is my brother and co-host, Mr. Keon McCray, aka Mr. On Key, never off key. You feel me? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And this week, we got another nostalgic one for you. Got a throwback for y'all. Tell them what we
Mm.
got, Key.
Mm. 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 Another one, man. Another one, man. Another one. Like my brother said, man, it's a classic. It's a classic. Classic movie, but along with a classic soundtrack.
Yeah.
Right? A low down dirty shame.
See? Ah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna dive down that journey, man. We're gonna dive down that journey, you know?
First of all, how many of y'all remember Low Down Dirty Shame? How many of y'all remember that movie? Starring Keenan Ivory Wayans,
I
Jada
know I do.
Pinkett now Jada Pinkett Smith. She was still Jada Pinkett at the time.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. Like, we're talking about a lot of stars is in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yep.
Comedy slash action suspense drama.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Talk about man, like really, really pivotal in black cinema, early black cinema in the '90s.
And it was in the golden era. That
Yeah,
golden era too.
definitely, definitely.
That golden era of in the '90s where the R&B, was golden around this time,
Hmm.
Um but you know what? Before we get into that journey, right?
Uh-huh.
Brother, sequel 2297.
That's me.
How has your week been? How has your week been?
Cold.
Oh, no.
Sum it up in one word, cold. Y'all gotta remember,
No.
people. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. That's where I rest my head at, man. We talking about in the teens, single digits. A few days just woke up to being in the negatives. Like, come on. As dark as I am, I'm not built for this weather. Like, come on. I need to be on the West Coast where you at.
Right,
That's where I need to be.
right.
So it's just been cold,
Jeez.
man. Dealing with snow flurries, lake effect snow, like, and the
Hmm.
snow ain't even the hardest part of it. It's just the cold. Some days, even when it's in the teens, it don't feel as bad. It being that cold until that wind blow. Oh, that
Hmm.
wind'll make a whole bit of difference, bro. That wind bites, literally bites.
Right, 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 right.
So that's how my week been, man. Just trying to keep my kids from being sick and staying out the way, bro. How about yourself, brother On Key?
Well, you know me.
That means he ain't do nothing, y'all.
Yeah, that means ain't nothing happening, man. We just stand on a smooth path, you know? Well, the weather has been fair to us. I guess that's safe to say, right? It's been fair to us during the day, but at night, you know, it'll trick you. It'll trick you. It'll
Well,
be like, it'd be like this. It'd be like, during the day, got the 70s in the 70s. So everybody go out without no jacket, without nothing, just out there bare arm, like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm out here. By the time it hit 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock p.m., it's cold. 20 degrees drop, 25 degrees dropped on you. Boop.
mhm.
You get the little short little breeze. That's all we need out here. We cold. We complaining. You know what I'm saying? We got beanies on. You see the beanie I got on.
Mhm.
You know, we complain. We complain. You know what I'm saying? We complain. You know, I can be honest. We spoiled. You know, so we complain, especially when it get cold or hot. You know, if it ain't in the 70s, we complaining. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna be like, it's too hot. You know,
Yep.
copy that. Copy that. Yeah.
That's
You know, it's one of those. You know.
understood.
Oh,
Understood.
yeah, man. Yeah. But you know,
That's Cali
that's how it is out here. That's out here, you know. We spoiled like
West
that.
on the West.
But yeah, man, we got some more. We got some good new episodes coming for y'all too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Stay tuned right here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube, please subscribe. If you're here watching this episode and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, right? So you can
Yes.
follow all the content, man.
Mhm.
Um, Now, for those who have been here before, that for those who have been here before, this is really for you, right? What we're about to go to now. Those who have no, those who haven't been here before, this is more for you. Those who have been here before, you know where we're about to go, right?
That part.
So here at Bazi Combo, there's 3 steps we need you to follow, right?
Okay.
We like to call it setting the mood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, step number 1 is find your place of comfort. That could be at home, that could be in your bed, that could be in your living room, that could be in your rooftop, that could be in your patio, that could be in your garage, that could be in your den, that could be in your car, that could be, you know, for my folks that's old school, in the rocking chair. You know what I'm saying? My folks that that work from home, you know, you can be in that office chair. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
um, aka computer chair, right? For my gamers, I know y'all in that game chair, you know, y'all spoiled. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it, the gamers is spoiled with that chair, man.
Yeah, man. They got the
You can
lights
fall
and
asleep and
speakers.
everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I see one the other day. They like give you a massage and it get warm and everything. I'm like, whoa, y'all okay? Y'all spoiled, man. So and also, you know, for the infamous folks out there, you know, that beanbag, that
That
beanbag. You know what I'm
that
saying?
beautiful bean bag.
You know, come on. That's what we need. That's what we need. You
Ultimate
know what I'm
comfort.
saying? I need you to be comfortable. Find your place of comfort. Step number 2 is get you a good pair of headphones, right? Now we know, yes, the phone, it works. Yes, you can hear, you can follow, you know. But trust me, as the episode goes on and more dialogue goes on, you kind of get lost in the sauce unless you got a good pair of headphones on, man, to keep you dialed in, you know, where you don't miss things, you know, especially when we going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you know. It's just kind of easy to lose things if you're not dialed in with a certain audio listening device,
Right.
right? Because you need you a good pair of headphones, man. Step number 3, no label, no label. I done got better and I done got better and honed this the right way, right? I think it done got better, man. It took some time, man. It took some time. But step number 3 is get you your favorite beverage. Mine is a water with no label, no label.
Hmm.
All right? And I'm gonna put it right next to me because step number 3 is we want you to get your favorite beverage and place it right next to you so you don't have to move if you follow all 3 of these steps. All right. Now that we got everybody set up.
You know me. You know what I'm doing.
Uh-oh. Got a styrofoam cup, ladies and gentlemen. um,
If you know where I'm from, you know what I'm doing.
oh Lord, oh Lord. Um, the classic, Low Down Dirty Shame, the soundtrack, right? We know how classic the movie is. We know.
Sure.
Well, we need to get into this soundtrack that I found so interesting just going back and listening to it.
Yep.
Period. There were some things on there that I didn't remember. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I feel like we really gotta break it down.
Mhm.
Now, brother Timbo, how would you want to start this? I'm gonna open that gate and see how you wanna start with the first song, or how do you want what you want to start with?
Well, first, for nostalgia purposes, what
Hmm.
songs, just off the top of your head, don't even worry about the list, the track list or whatever, but what
That
songs do
that
you
just comes
remember from the movie? Like pivotal scenes in the music that you remember from the
Shame,
movie? Of course.
the song Shame.
Uh huh.
Um, I could say Homie Lover Friend,
Of course. Of course.
and I want to
Remix.
say
Gotta make that distinction. The remix now, not the
yes,
original.
the
You
remix.
gotta make
Yes,
that
the remix.
distinction.
Yeah. And I could say Stroke You Up,
Yep. Yep. From the movie.
Change Your Faces. Those are the three when you making it with the movie and movie scenes. I
Yep.
remember those the most. I
Definitely.
feel like I'm leaving one out, but um,
Come on. Come on. I
uh,
already know you. Come on. Four letters.
uh,
It's four letters, and I see it in your eyes.
yeah, yeah. My boy Silk.
Yeah, there you go.
What's the joint? I Can Go Deep.
Deeper, deeper, baby.
Yeah, I do remember. I do remember that.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
that was the I Can Go Deep. That was the scene he was getting set up, huh? By old girl, huh?
Hmm.
I was kind of cold blooded.
Sure was. Cause he was ready to go deep. If you
Right,
feel me.
right,
Yeah, man. Yeah, same songs
right.
here, man. Same songs.
Hmm.
Definitely same. Those were definitely the standouts from the movie. Those are the ones that definitely like no matter what, when you watch the movie, you definitely remember those
Yeah.
specifically. Those songs
Hmm.
for sure. As well as there's a bunch of doggone funny scenes. Like it was definitely a hilarious movie.
Yeah.
Definitely hilarious. Key and Ivan Wayans did his
I gotta go.
thing.
I gotta go back and watch it now.
Yep.
I gotta go back and watch it now, man. Do that. Listening to the soundtrack, maybe do that.
Yep. Yep.
Um, let's see. So let me kind of walk you through some of the thoughts that came through my mind listening to some of these songs,
Go
right?
right ahead. Go right ahead.
Um,
And I'll chime in with how you too.
you know, listening to it, it made me. There's some things in here I don't remember, right? And um, that was the first thing, right? The
Hmm.
second thing is um, hearing the West Coast influence on a lot of these records
Hmm.
was interesting to me too. You know what I'm saying? Like this must have been, I mean, this was around the time with the DPG, Death Row, West Coast, Ice Cube, like everything had like a West Coast
Hmm.
vibe to it and groove to it. I noticed that, and it didn't matter where the artist was from. I just feel like that influence was heavy
Oh yeah,
throughout the
definitely.
whole uh, soundtrack. So that kind
Yeah.
of that
Yeah.
raised the eyebrow.
And
And
definitely
third, I thought they did a good job of making one half R&B and the other half hip hop. All
yeah.
right, for the most part.
Yeah.
Um, or they kind of did like just the R&B artists first and then the hip hop artists. They didn't really mix match on this soundtrack.
Yep. But
Um,
to get to piggyback off of what you're saying, to get even deeper
mhm.
into detail or whatever, this is actually pre DBG, D Snoop Dogg, like Dre and NWA. They were already a thing at this time, but you got to think like this is like early '90s. Like this is right when it was taking a tipping point before it started
Yeah.
dipping all the way into gangster rap. It was still a
Hmm.
lot of West Coast hip hop,
Right.
aka hieroglyphics. They're the
Right.
funky Homo sapien. Like
Yeah.
people forget about even some of the pioneers of West Coast hip hop, like MC Smooth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta like
Right.
there's a whole part of West Coast hip hop like people quickly forget about that actually predated Snoop, that predated Dog Pound. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like you had quite a few. Young MC, West Coast.
Hmm.
Def
Hmm.
Jeff, West Coast.
Yep.
Like these are all
Yep.
West Coast. Like, you know what I mean? Like West Coast hip hop artists that were really true
Hmm.
to the game and pioneers of what it is that gangster rap
And,
stand on
and
the
you
back of.
know, it's crazy you say that too, because when you talk about like West Coast hip hop and mentioning those names that you're mentioning, a lot of people don't attach it to West Coast.
Because it's so hip
They just
hop.
names. They're just names that they remember. They don't remember them being like, no, they from the West. They West
Yeah,
Coast hip hop.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
You know where Snoop and everybody is? That's where they at too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy.
Yep.
You know?
And lyricists, super
Hmm.
lyricists. On top of that, like back during that
Yep.
time, and people quickly forget about this time period or whatever. But East Coast gave it up for a lot of these West Coast, or like they got a lot of love on the
Oh yeah,
East
yeah,
Coast
yeah.
because they were
Oh
so.
yeah, yeah.
I'm saying because they held up those elements still, but even though they were from the
Yep.
West, they got a lot of
Yep.
love.
Yep.
Yeah, I can honestly say that was a time when like hip hop. I don't think hip hop was even more unified than that particular time period. 90,
Right.
91, 92, 93.
Hmm.
Like I think that was like cross all regions. I think it was the most unified
Right.
at that
Yeah,
time.
for sure. Because you would have records with like, and then it even happened later on too, but it took it took a whole brand of West Coast MCs to kind of come around to where you start hearing them on records with Snoop,
Yeah,
DJ Quick,
yeah,
you start hearing the fusion of it, you know what I'm saying?
exactly,
Like
exactly.
Cash and the Alcoholics,
Yeah,
doing records with DPG, and it's like those is two, you know what I mean? Like it's West Coast, but it's two different worlds, you know what I mean?
exactly, exactly.
So,
Yep.
yeah, man. And then
Yeah.
on the R&B side of things, it's just let's get into it. Let's get into it because it's like, all right,
Let's go.
let's
Let's go.
let's let's start with track number one.
Let's go.
Down for whatever.
Hey, what's up, Nut Nice?
Not nice.
Nut Nice. How many of y'all
Not
remember Nut
nice.
Nice?
Not nice.
All right, let me start with
On
this one.
West Coast tip.
Let me start with this one. Put it in perspective.
Uh-huh.
Now, Nut Nice, just to put it in perspective for y'all, this is an early '90s trio from Sacramento, California.
Right.
They were more so modeled after TLC because TLC came out before them. So if you go back and look at them now, do y'all research people or whatever, they might look a little bit like a spinoff of TLC, but they were West Coasters.
Mm-hmm.
They're West Coasters. They were actually best known for songs like Froggy Style and In My Nature.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, those are songs they would mostly know. They were better known for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were one of those early groups that set the trend for like R&B groups on the West Coast. Also,
Mm-hmm.
that's that third, and that's not to take nothing from Cut Close. Like let's keep it all the way of being like after TLC was so impactful. Anything that came out after that was some spin off or their version of like
Yeah.
from the look, short haircuts to the baggy jeans to
Mm-hmm.
sometimes to even the subject matter. Like, so that's not to take anything from Nothing Nice. Still a dope group. Like they did what they did. This, that, third. But I could see a lot of people looking back and be like, oh, they were biting off of TLC. I could see
Yeah,
people easily saying that. In which case, no, they wasn't doing that. If anything, they were paying homage. If anything,
right,
because what girl group didn't want to be TLC at the time?
right.
Just keep it a bean.
You either wanted to be TLC or SWV. Place your pick. Place your pick.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
That's what. And the males were really running everything in R&B at the time. So, wasn't a lot of girl groups at the time. Had a lot of female solo
hmm
artists, but as far as
hmm
groups go, there wasn't too many of them. If there was, there wasn't too many of them that really had any staying power.
right,
Like you had your Invos, you had your SWVs, you had, but past that, like it gets kind of flaky after that.
yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to Nothing
And you know
Nice,
what?
man.
Like, yeah, like right off the back, like hearing a record, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I was talking about with like that West Coast influence. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was just like right off the back, it was like you could hear that. You know what I
Yep,
mean? And
exactly.
it kind of reminded me of like this is that era where like a lot of R&B artists was playing with that West Coast sound. Um, but one that we really remember that kind of um, embodied it really heavy was Domino.
Oh
You know what I
yes,
mean? And
come
this
on.
kind of reminded me of that kind of record. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just the downfall, whatever, like the name of the record, the way they spelled the whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
everything, you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Is it
Yeah.
safe to say? Is it almost? Is it a stretch if I said Domino might have been Drake long before Drake even came along? Like
You
he
know
was doing.
what?
He was what's technically called rap singing. He was doing that early.
Yeah, people was like, oh, he really known for the hooks, but it's like, no, those were his records though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like, oh, you know for the hooks. It's like, well, what do you mean? Known for the hooks on his records?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, yeah, like this was that era with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what Montel Jordan, right? This is
Uh huh.
how we do it. Was around this same period of time. You know
A
what I'm
little,
saying?
a little bit, a few years later, but still same period. Yeah, right.
Yeah. In his song, he had a lot of like West Coast references. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's over a Slick Rick sample,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Which is East Coast vibe, but his references in the records.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, Talked about the gangsters, and they forgot about the drive-bys, and he reached for his 40. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like
part.
he's referencing all the West Coast. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
It's all good in my hood tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was the West Coast influence was heavy. And
Yep.
this reminded me of that time. You know what I'm saying? Like this what was going on in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing nice, man.
Nothing nice, man. Shout out, nothing nice, man.
And that was the title of the album, huh? Down for whatever, right?
Yep, that was the title of that debut album, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, it sure. Yep,
Sheesh.
yep,
You know,
debut album.
I think one of these times, man, we're gonna have to do like an episode where we kind of like do a follow up to what happened to these groups. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Because a lot of what happens is like a lot of people are like, oh, no, bro, they just kind of fell off, and a lot of times what happened is a lot of artists kind of fall into doing other things, and a lot of times it'd be like behind the scenes stuff. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
definitely, definitely.
And you'd be surprised of these groups that you feel like fell off, and then you find out one of the two of the members is doing all the songwriting for all your favorite, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Your favorite songs.
Oh yeah, definitely,
But
definitely, definitely.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Track number two.
Hmm.
Shame. Brilliantly redone by Jeanne. Oh, now I can't speak enough about Jeanne. Y'all have heard me praise these two beautiful women time and time again on our podcast. And they just did another classic on this soundtrack. Now, this song was
Mm.
originally done by the immortal Evelyn Champagne King. If you don't know who Evelyn King is, or Champagne King is, she's known for songs like "Love Come Down," "I'm in Love." "Shame" was definitely one
Mm.
of her hits, also, and they definitely put their swag on this bad boy. I don't think anybody's even attempted to touch this song since John A. And definitely, and Evelyn Champagne King did give her approval and give her blessing for their version of this song. It was so well done. Nice.
Mm.
It was the only difference. They did a nice little hip hop, smooth, almost jazzy feel to it. But for the most
Yep.
part, like they put their thing on Shane, man, for real. Like even now, like even if they came out with it now, like it would still go. That's how
Yeah, it would still
impactful
work.
their that's how impactful their rendition of it is.
They okay. So John A with Shame, like this is one of them records where you go back and listen to it now. You go, this was their record.
Hmm.
You go, dang, Sean, they did have this record. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
the record is so like it's so memorable to where like I didn't like I off the back I didn't really attach it to them. You know what I'm saying? But listening to it again, it's like, well, yay, this is who this is who record that was. Um, but that says a lot about Jeanne in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
Um, but the record reminds me of like it reminds me of that time. That's the record when I hear it, it brings me back to what I was doing at that time
Of
and what
course.
I remember from that time. You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as it come on, it's like like I sat back and was just like, yo, 94? You know what I mean? Like I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like I just remember like I remember where I was, I remember how life was. I remember how you know what I'm saying? I remember Jeanne, you know what I mean? And how listening to their album on repeat, you
Yep.
know what I mean? And like and that was when like think about it, like that time period, that was when like there was like the whole mystery to artists. There
Yeah.
was more mystery to an artist. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Definitely.
And
You ain't
you
know too
you
much
wanted
about
to
them
pick up a
personally.
magazine and get the interview, yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. Sure enough,
or you
man.
wanted to see him on a show where they get an interview so you can hear. You know what I'm saying? Um,
It was all
more
about the
about
music. It's all about the
yeah, more
music.
about their craft.
That's it.
You know,
That's it.
so that hearing that brought all that to me, and it made me smile, man.
Mhm.
It made me smile, like dang. And it made me think about like, you know, the new generation, like they don't get to experience that.
Mm-mm.
They get to like if they want to go back and listen to the music, they
They
can,
can.
but they don't get to experience like the mystery part of artists and how that felt. You know what I'm saying? And how like hearing a song bring you back to everything that was going on at that time. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So yeah, that's crazy. This
Facts.
song was powerful, man. It was powerful listening to it now
That's it.
in 2026.
Yeah. And also one of the major singles that was released off this soundtrack as well.
Yes.
I mean, why not? The name of the main character is Shane.
Yeah. And
So
they played it a grip of times in the movie. Like they
yeah,
played
for
it,
sure.
they found ways to play
And
it.
they played both versions, not just Jeanette's, but the original with Evelyn
Yeah, they
Champagne.
did.
They played hers as
They
well.
did. They did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving.
Track number 3.
Come on.
I Can Go Deep
Come on.
by Silk.
Them silky boy
Yay!
them silky boys. Hey, now what we need to
My
break down
boys,
about
man.
Silk that we haven't broke down already.
Ah,
Hey, this was just another one of those. Like you couldn't go wrong putting Silk on any soundtrack. Let's just keep it a book.
yeah, because it was like listening to him on this soundtrack was just like, dang, this. it's turned into serious R&B.
Yeah,
It got real serious. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Just the
man.
vocalism, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Remember the scene in the movie when they
Yep.
Ooh, Howard Park.
Crazy.
You couldn't have played that song nowhere else in the movie.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
um, it definitely sounds like an album. It sounds like an album record.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like a record that is, an album record that you like.
Hmm.
That's heavy that you listen to. You like, damn, this wasn't a single.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's strong. But it's strong like one.
Exactly.
Um, it's hard talking about Silk, man. It's hard talking about Silk because it make you want to dive in so many different directions when you talk about them.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Um, classic classic group. I tell you that.
Most definitely, man. Key Sweat, you knew what you were doing when you signed them boys.
Come
You for
on,
sure know what you were doing. Shout out to Silk, man. Shout out to
shout
Silk.
out Silk, man.
All right, let's go to the next song, man.
Hmm?
And before we announce the next song, I just want to be up front, and we say this all the time. We do not do R. Kelly slander on this broadcast. We do not do R. Kelly slander. Feel however you feel. Argue with whoever you want to argue with. We're all about the music over here. And that's the
And
only
definitely,
stuff that we talking about is the music.
definitely.
So for track
R.
number
Kelly.
4,
Hmm.
R. Kelly, Homie Lover Friend remix. Yes, Homie Lover Friend remix. Now, what album was Homie Lover Friend on? I want to say that was on what? Not the first album. It had to been on 12 play album, wasn't it?
I think it was on 12 play. I don't know if the remix was on there though.
The remix was definitely out.
Was it?
It
Was it
definitely was
on that album?
not on the album,
Okay.
but back. But this is back. See, I'm bringing y'all back again. I'm so
This is with the
old.
yeah. This is with the
This is back.
yeah. I know you
This
about
was
to
back.
go.
This was
Yeah.
back when artists who had remixes, they didn't necessarily
Hmm.
put them on the album. They would release them as entities by themselves. Or if you went and got the single, the remix was on that bad boy. Back
Mm.
and back during the time where people had maxi singles, where it might not just be a remix, it might be a remix and a couple of more cuts that's coming off the upcoming album, just to tease you
Yeah.
for when the album dropped or whatever. But yeah, back as far as I can remember, R. Kelly was doing remixes all the doggone time to his music. He was dropping remixes off his first album to his hits that
Uh-huh.
I remember having. Also to the second, he was dropping remixes. They were like their own thing outside of the album.
Mm.
Some people would drop certain, even wouldn't even call them remix. They would drop versions of songs as singles by themselves.
Yeah.
And this is more so, and this is more so one of those. Y'all know R. Kelly. Y'all know what he do on the remix, man. This is just another one of those. He was on his
Come on.
he was in his Isley Brothers bag, which makes all the sense in the world. If you really follow R. Kelly's career early on, you knew he was at some point he was going to get the ears of the Isley Brothers and resurrect their career. Like, come on,
Yeah.
he was channeling them early on. Like all his influence, he was always channeling all the time. So people he went back to work with and kind of lend his
Hmm.
hand with in their artistry or whatever. All people he was influenced by Isley Brothers, Charlie Wilson. The, man, the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah. And there's different, and there's different eras with R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
There's different eras when he was in different bags. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Um, this era, this when you got R. Kelly, R&B 101.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is
Singing for my life on everything on
singing
there.
for his life. It didn't matter what the subject was. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
He's gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Homie Lover Friend like was a prime example of that.
Mhm.
Prime example, the remix, right? Um, it like just me listening to it now, I'm just like, Yeah, he was really in that. He was really in this R&B one-on-one bag at this time. Like he was giving you, he would give you like this is real close to him giving you like still being like a cool guy, but still like heartfelt.
Definitely,
Cool guy, heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? Like
definitely.
that's the best way to describe it. But you
Hmm.
know, you was either getting that or you was getting the 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 make love Arkell style or the freak side of Arkell. You know, like he was giving you those bags around this
Definitely,
era. You know what I'm saying? And even the
Also,
songs that he wrote for others, you know, was like that. So,
definitely. Also, I want to note a good distinction from the versions of songs also that we didn't bring up earlier. This
hmm
remix was the slow version. The original was originally a dance song.
yeah, it was. It was. I don't know how many of y'all will remember that,
Yeah,
but it was.
yeah,
Off
definitely.
12 is on the 12 play album.
Yep,
And he's like at the beginning, like it's like the first like I don't know a few tracks
yep.
or whatever. I just see I remember that. I remember that project just because like my sisters and them used to play it. Like you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
And I remember when they used to play it, I used to be like, man, I ain't no R. Kelly fan like that. I was one of those. I was
You
one
was
of those
hating.
walking around like, I ain't one of them R. Kelly fans like that. Y'all want to play him. Like, I ain't one of them, you know.
And then
But
you
low
heard,
key, it was like, I was really kind of like in competition with them on what I played and what they didn't play. Because I felt like they didn't play the stuff that I liked a lot.
I got you. I feel you.
You the younger sibling and they the older ones. They the ones
Yep.
got the radio. They got the
Yeah.
access to play what they want to play, and you don't. So you like, hey, can you play this? And they like, man, watch out. I'm playing R. Kelly. So it made me have like this thing for him, like,
Yeah.
like he wasn't
Just
that dude.
just out of spite
You know
for your
what I'm saying? Yeah,
just out of
yeah,
spite for your sisters. That's all that was, man.
yeah, yeah. Like,
But be honest with you. Be honest. Be
Mhm.
honest. When you heard that "Sex Me" remix for the first time, you could not
Oh,
deny it. You couldn't deny it in public no more, could
no,
you?
no. Like look, look, you
Sing it for
can,
us
but you
later.
lying, and everybody know you lying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you did, everybody know you lying. They gonna be like, ha 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 ha. He lying. He lying. It's cold.
Period.
It's cold. Like we all know who cold. We all know who the cold ones are.
Yep. Yes, we do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do. But "Homie Lover Friend" remix, R. Kelly, man, doggone, definitely one of the more memorable songs off this soundtrack for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
hmm
Now, track number 5 is kind of tricky, depending on what platform you listen to this on, or if you originally still have the album or not, or whatever.
Yeah.
Other than that, you'd have to go on YouTube to even reference this young lady by the name of Rajane.
Mm.
The song is
Right,
called
because okay, so yeah, get into that, cuz
"Turn It Up." Now,
yeah.
in my opinion, this song aged really well. Like, good party song, good feel song. They
hmm
did a nice they did a nice backdrop of hip hop parade on this bad boy with a Patra vibe to it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Which Patra was very very popular and banging at the time
Yeah.
from the dance hall side of things.
hmm
You know what I mean? Like, definitely she
hmm
was, yeah. Rajane was, yeah. She definitely had a hit on her end. I remember a lot of parties, a lot of functions were playing this song, even outside the soundtrack.
Oh yeah. It it has some samples in there, huh?
Hmm. Definitely,
Isley
definitely.
Brothers? Isley
Yep,
Brothers samples in here?
yep. That was another
Yeah, that's
sample as
crazy.
well.
It was slick though.
Most
It was
definitely.
slick how she did it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And one of the more memorable versions of people using those samples. Because those samples were used time and time again throughout that era. Like, people were like, it was a real copycat time.
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah,
time
yeah, yeah, yeah.
of R&B and hip hop. But at the same time, like it was all out there for you to make that distinction, like what was real, what wasn't, what was and what wasn't.
Right.
And most artists during that time, they stood on what they did. So you didn't have to worry about people doing
Mm,
stuff for clout or none of that nature. Like people were just trying to be heard.
right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it was all cool. As long as the music was good, it was cool.
Right.
We weren't as bougie about it back then as we are now. think it's a, I think that's a good way to put
Right.
it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Roger Nate wherever you are, Mama. That was yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you, baby.
Right.
I definitely remember you.
It's crazy. Um, was it what we on now? Track number 6?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh,
Another girl group.
Stroke You Up. Changing
Hey,
Faces.
yay,
You know what I'm
yay.
saying? Once again,
Once again, some good
another
R&B.
feel of that Kells like sound and era. You know what I'm saying? Like
Talk
super
about it.
strong. Um, this one, and you know what's crazy? It's like this was a period of time where like um dependent like in I know in my household it was more like you heard the song but you didn't listen to the song.
Yep.
Let me break that down. So you heard the song but you didn't listen to it because back then it was big to be like, hey, you can't listen to this at this age, you can't listen to this like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I was hearing is because I had older siblings.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I heard the song, but I wasn't listening to it then.
Right.
Now I listen to it, right? So now, you know, me me listening to it is definitely like, you know, for a duo, like and it wasn't a lot of female duos,
No, there was not.
right?
No, there
You
was not.
had Janae, right? And I'm going off the top of the noggin right now. Janae,
JS.
JS, um, which was other proteges of Kells, right?
Come on.
Um, Changing Faces,
Right.
right? Who we talking about now?
Right.
But outside of that, I mean, female duos.
Yep.
You,
Floetry, but that was later on.
yeah,
Floetry was way later on, though. They were way
way
later on.
later on.
Yep.
So yeah, of course, Change Your Faces stood out. Change Your Faces got records that's bigger than their name.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Uh,
Who we forgetting?
we're forgetting, what you call the sisters? Uh,
Oh, Jesse Powers.
yeah, Jesse Power sisters, the Power sisters. I forgot what their name was. They were pretty cold during their time, too. They
Yeah.
were like on the same level as Matter of fact, they were kind of rivaling Changing Faces in the city.
Hmm.
They were out around the same time. I'm not gonna say rival, like there wasn't no beef. They weren't doing that. I'm just saying like their
Right.
music was out around the same time, like doing kind of like getting the same notoriety, kind of getting the same kind of
Hmm.
numbers. You know what I'm saying? They didn't sound the same by any means, but yeah, but they were still doing their thing, man.
Yeah, they was.
What was
And they
that
put
group
them.
called?
Then they put them in the group though. Something for the people. They did some stuff after it though,
Yeah, yes they did.
but they was in something for the people.
Yes they were. Yes they were. So some more R&B history for y'all, man. That don't
Yeah,
forgot
that's
about.
why we got to do. That's why we got to do that, and we got to do them kind of episodes because we gotta. Yeah, buddy.
I
Yeah,
agree. I
buddy.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but man, Stroke You Up remix, man, Change Your Faces, man. They were better known for hits like Fooling Around and Get OUT. You couldn't stop females from singing Get OUT. Oh my God.
They got too
That
many. They
that
got.
was yeah, that was like the epitome of male bashing R&B right there, boy. That was one of
Hmm.
those. But you can't deny it was a hit. Definitely was a hit.
Right.
Do Duo is very memorable from the '90s, though, man. Another group of from that R. Kelly tree, like you said earlier.
Hmm. Hmm.
Shout out
Strong, and
Changing
they
Faces
strong songs.
and
That's
strong
why
singles,
Changing Faces can hop on anybody's tour right now.
right? Right. And strong albums too, man. I'm not gonna take nothing away from their artistry. Like the first couple
Right,
albums was, yeah, the
right.
first couple albums was strong, man. They weren't playing around.
Hmm. Yep.
Yep.
Um,
Next
crazy.
song. Next
Hmm.
song. Ah, the Princess of R&B, man. May she rest in peace. We talking about that girl Leah with that
Hmm.
song, "The Thing I Like." Now, I'm not scared to say this, but I'll go on record
Hmm.
saying it. This is one of them songs that you probably wish she never would have released. Like knowing what Aaliyah is, I'm just gonna keep
Right,
it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. If anything, this was an album filler. This was something just to throw on the soundtrack for real. But
right.
to keep it in perspective, this is early Aaliyah. Like this is R. Kelly still Aaliyah.
Yeah,
R. Kelly influenced Aaliyah, like first album Aaliyah. In which
yeah.
case, this song sounds like it was probably a song that didn't make it onto that first album
Hmm.
because the transition from her first album to her second album was so many years apart
Yep.
that she was a whole different person, artist wise,
Hmm.
vocal wise, content wise, whole nother artist.
Everything got brighter. Everything got brighter.
Everything, and she got more in her bag. Instead of sounding like
Hmm.
a female version of R. Kelly or younger R. Kelly, she was her
Hmm.
own thing.
Yep.
She was definitely her own thing.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's better known for hits. Like at this point, she was better known for hits like AJ Number the Number, Back and Forth, which is her first single.
Hmm.
But like I said, and I stand on it. This sounds like a leftover from her first album. It really does.
Hmm.
If you go back and listen to it, you'll understand why. And this is also
Hmm.
another song that's a good example of R. Kelly in his bad rapping days. this song is a good
I'm
example.
glad you touched on that, man.
I'm just telling it like it is. Like even R. Kelly, I'm sure will admit it early on, man. No, he wasn't doing
Well, we don't talk about that.
that.
Yeah,
I'm just keep.
we don't talk about that when we talk about him. We don't. We need to.
That's why we. I take the good with the bad when it come to art, man. When it come to his music, man. Like he really
Hmm.
evolved into that giant, but he did it quickly, right before our
Yeah.
eyes. He did it quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Um.
Aaliyah, man. May she rest in peace.
Yes, indeed. Um. You know, Aaliyah, Super Friends, before the Super Friends. All
Yeah.
right. Um. The thing I like. So it was a long time since I heard this record. Um. I almost forgot it was a Aaliyah record.
I know.
Like when I was listening to it, I was like, wait, wait, right? Um, I definitely didn't remember the Kells verse. So when he started, when I went back to listen to it, then I was
Omitted
like,
that from your brain. Said this ain't real.
cause she sung him in.
Yeah. R. Kelly rap for me.
I did not like that. Did not like that. I heard that. I was like, nah,
Yo,
nah, yo, no,
you
no.
never on another track ever in life heard anybody say R. Kelly rap for me.
Rap for me. What? No. No. That deserved that kind of no. No. Just for that alone, because I listened to the soundtrack again today. I like to listen to the soundtrack, you know, um, all the way up till we do the episode, just to get the feel. But just for that, I'm gonna have to play some other Aaliyah later on today, man, because that I
Now,
did not like that.
let's keep it all the way a bean. The song is not trash. I'm not gonna go on record
No,
and say
no, it's not. It's
the
not.
song is
I'm
not
talking about
trash
that.
at all.
I'm talking about that one part.
I'm just saying overall, like the song for the time period and what we
Yeah,
were on at the time, it was a decent song.
yeah, yeah,
It,
yeah. I remember the song. I
overall,
remember the record.
yeah, overall, it was a decent song. I'm not gonna go on record as saying doggone Aaliyah like release some bull. No,
No,
that is
no,
happening.
no,
That's
no.
not gonna be happening. But
I'm being
compared
picky.
to,
I'm being
like, yeah,
picky.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just want to be transparent with the listeners
right.
and the people that are watching. At the end of the day, compared to what she was doing at the time and what we know her,
Yeah,
love her for,
yeah.
this was not it. This was not it,
No,
and it didn't
no.
age well. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Love R. Kelly, love Aaliyah.
He said, "Would you rap?" Uh, no. Yeah, but yeah.
with with
Shout,
confidence.
yeah. Shout out. Once again, shout out Aaliyah. May she rest in peace. Shout out to the Super Friends. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Shout out. You know what I'm saying? One of them R&B crews right there, boy. Them ones that gave us nothing but classics.
If not the R&B crew, if
Right.
not,
Right.
if not, definitely.
We need to do an episode on just them. Come on.
We can't keep giving away this free game, Key. We gotta keep it moving, man. We got the soundtrack.
Eh,
We got the
right.
soundtrack.
Right. Remember, I told you what this soundtrack did to me, man. I told you it
Uh,
just made me remember all these things and like,
I know.
ah,
All right,
yeah.
man. Next song, man. Track number 8, man. Gotta get your groove on. Tevin Campbell. Now hold up, fool. Hold up. Now, this song started off with. This song with a sample from Prince's "If I Was Your Girlfriend." Also,
hmm
sample from "Get Up" by the time.
Mm.
Um, this was a hip hop with a funk spin on it, produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Look here, you gotta remember this is Tevin Campbell in his prime. He couldn't do no wrong at this time.
Come on.
He could do no wrong. And even though people weren't used to hearing a lot of up tempo stuff from him or
hmm
whatever, this was one of those good attempts at that or whatever. And it went
Yeah.
well on the soundtrack as well. Especially in the era of everybody talking about getting your groove on. Everybody got to get your groove on.
Right.
It, like
Yep.
everybody was talking the same stuff on these party records, on these
hmm
dance records. So, and this was Tevin Campbell's
hmm
stab at it. In which case, doggone, in my opinion, did a good job, man. Did a good job.
Yeah, it was real good.
Good, good fit for the soundtrack for sure.
Yeah. Tevin Campbell. You know what I noticed is that he did this a few times on soundtracks where
Hmm.
he gave you the up tempo records on the soundtrack.
Hmm.
Like it's like he kept those up tempos. Like I'm gonna give you that on the soundtrack. You know what I
Yep.
mean? He did it on Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Just ask me to.
He did it on
I'll be
Paisley.
with you.
He did it on Prince's Paisley. Yeah, Prince's on the Paisley Park. Not Paisley Park, but the
Which one? Um,
I forgot what I might have been the name of the movie. Well, it was the last movie that Prince did. It was supposed to be like it was supposed to be like Purple Rain Part 2. That's what they, even
oh,
though that wasn't the name of it, that's what they dubbed it.
I'm gonna look it up. I think, and I don't want to butcher it, but I want to say it's the Cherry Under the Moon or
Under
something
the
like
Cherry
that.
Moon. Under the Cherry
Under
Moon,
the
I
Cherry. I
believe.
see. I flipped it around. Okay.
Mhm.
Yup.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was an up tempo song, that round and round song.
Yeah. Yeah. You see what I mean? Like listening to it again, I'm like, yo, wait a minute. You keep, because every time I hear that up tempo with him, I'm like, I don't really hear this with him. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But yeah, the soundtracks he gave it to us.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I guess that turned into a thing for him. Like, All right, they want a song from me on the soundtrack. All right, give them a up tempo.
I take that. It wasn't Under the Cherry Moon. It was Graffiti Bridge. My bad, y'all.
Okay,
The movie was
okay,
Graffiti Bridge.
okay.
Yep, that was it.
Good catch. Good catch.
Yep. I just take me a minute sometimes, man. Like I really lived
Yeah.
during these. I was alive during these time periods, so I can speak to a lot of this stuff that we be on with this R&B stuff.
Right.
This ain't just me reading from, but this is me recalling like real life, for real. So yeah, man.
Right.
Tevin Campbell was. Come on, man.
Mm.
Another artist I like. Me growing up, coming out of Texas, had us believing we could do it. Him coming from Dallas, I
Hmm.
remember early on, like, man, let me. I'm about to go on a Tevin Campbell rant. Let's keep going, man.
Right.
Let's keep going.
Right.
Track number 9, man. Oh, look, more Texas again. High five. Happy birthday. Birthday girl. More Texas artists again. Look at I'm gonna
Now I'm gonna
keep
tell you.
I'm I'm gonna keep my take brief, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, like mine ain't that long either. I'm gonna tell you this is one of them records I forgot about, and I think it's because, and mainly because it's a birthday song. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like around that time, like we the birthday songs wasn't touched on heavy,
Uh-uh.
and I think a lot of it had to do with like Stevie Wonder's classic. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of like, bro, if you ain't gonna if you ain't gonna make that, you wasn't really making birthday songs. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
when I heard this, I said this was another record. I was like, dang, dog, I forgot about this record.
Yeah. You
You know
had
what
to
I
be
mean?
really, really on high five for really even catch this bad boy. You had to really be on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I like the record though.
Oh yeah.
I like the record. High Five couldn't miss, bro. Let's talk about that.
What?
They really couldn't miss.
Oh
It
yeah.
just really like they found records that's like this was made for you guys. Like that's how I always felt whenever I hear a Hi-Fi record. I'm like, they made this for y'all.
Yeah.
Like this, you know what I mean? Or you made it turn into that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
And
uh,
as great as High Five Records was or whatever, nobody's ever tried to go back and redo none of their stuff. Even when people try to perform their stuff or whatever, it just it never measures up. They were truly a
cause
one of a kind group.
you know what was funny? Like back then, I used to mix up like, okay, so you remember we was just talking about Tevin Campbell, right? So you remember
Mm-hmm.
Tevin Campbell, uh, just ask me to. I'll be with you in love.
Yep.
I was so young, so you remember, when you was younger, you kind of like you sometimes switch artists and put
Yeah.
other artists on the songs in your mind.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always pictured High Five on that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like so, whenever I remember that song, I'm like, oh yeah, it's a High Five joint, but it's a Tevin Campbell joint.
Yeah.
But it goes with what I'm saying. Like
Oh yeah.
they kept
Definitely.
making records sound like their records. Like so, it was like,
Yeah.
yo,
Definitely. And you had artists that did that too, man. Like it was easy to confuse. So especially
yeah.
if the record sounded a certain way, it was easy to confuse artists back
Because
then. Definitely.
imagine the DJ putting together a mix right now in 2026 in a room full of you know folks that's from that time, right?
Oh
And you
my
play
God.
it, it's gonna be somebody in the room that go, "That's High Five, ain't it?"
Hmm.
Like it's somebody's gonna put another artist on to certain songs just because like that period of time it was like people had their own sound, people had a certain
Exactly.
particular sound. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah,
Hmm.
that's some nerdy stuff. That's some nerdy stuff, you know.
And that's what we do over here, man. That's what
Right.
and to put in perspective, this is like the era. This is after the second album, High Five. Fresh off the second album, fresh
Hmm.
off of Minister Society fame.
Oh yeah.
This was like this. That's when they dropped this song, which went on to which ended up going on their greatest hits album later on. before, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Y'all, man, some of y'all get it. Some of y'all get this, man. Some of y'all get it, man. When you mention certain people's, certain group names, and you start saying, talk about like how you just mentioned like their albums, it's just like it make you think about them in general, and you just like, dog,
Yep, definitely, man. It's a lot. Shout out to Texas
right,
R&B, man. We've
crazy,
all we've been contributing long before Beyonce. Trust me, long before Beyonce.
right.
Hell yeah. Track number 10.
Hmm.
Get the girl, get the money, and run. Souls of Mischief. Now we're going back to we talking about West Coast hip hop
Here we
again.
go.
Souls
Here
of
we
Mischief.
go. Here
Hey,
we
come on,
go.
man.
I bet you a lot of y'all didn't even know. I bet you a lot of y'all didn't even know that was West West. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Early, man. And they were them dudes too, man. Like another group that was on like hieroglyphics,
yep.
the funky
High
homies
roll.
say.
Yep.
So they were all
Yep.
yeah. They all ran with each other. They were all out the same camp and they all messed with each other, man. Like talk about had an influence on hip hop early in the '90s. Like they were the epitome of West Coast hip hop. For real.
Yep.
They were definitely that.
Yeah, because
And they were
they
definitely
all,
and they were definitely painting pictures back then, man. Like talking like this was a hip hop jazz joint. Back when hip hop was still playing with jazz a lot in their music.
yeah,
Like what's more
yeah,
West Coast than that?
bro. It was, yeah, they was, and that was the thing about that whole collective. You know what I'm saying? Like Souls of Mischief of Hyro. You know what I mean? He just mentioned hieroglyphics. You know,
Yep,
out here we used to call them Hyro. You know what I
yep.
mean?
West
Yeah,
Coast conscious
that's the
shit.
type. That's the type of production they rapped on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
Um, and they were known for that first. You know what I'm
definitely. Shout out
saying? You
Souls
know.
of Mischief, man, for sure.
Hmm.
Not to leave
Yes,
anybody out,
indeed.
man. Not to leave anybody out on track 11.
Hmm.
Fushnikins with Crazy. Now, we're going to keep this brief and we're going to keep it moving. This song did not age well
No.
at all. I can't tell you what the song's about. I can't even tell you what he's saying. And at one time, I was good enough to pick up on stuff to where, like, there's certain songs by Fushnikins, I can tell you exactly what he's saying. This is not one of them.
Right. This not
This is
one.
definitely not one of them at all. It was like a completely, it was like a clash of what they did and what they wanted for this soundtrack. Definitely a
Yeah,
soundtrack
cause
filler. This was another filler song though.
and then look, they didn't do no. Okay, so putting them after Souls of Mischief with that jazzy sound, with that
Mm-hmm.
classic hip
That
hop sound, and then you put this up there.
yeah
Nah, man. It just I don't like I don't use the word dated,
yeah
right? But it just sounded like listening to it now, it just is like, why ain't this record translating in 2026 as it probably translated in 94? 94, we probably have a problem with it.
yep that part.
Probably not as much. It probably wasn't the favorite on the soundtrack,
Uh-uh.
but you didn't have a problem with it being like it sounded like it shouldn't have been there
That part.
to me.
That part.
And that's interesting. You know what I mean? I just think maybe that's just, because of time. Time do that. But it just that's what it felt like to me. I was like, I'm like, y'all got records. What's this? You know?
But also,
That's that's just a
also
feeling.
that's but also that speaks to a level of fearlessness people still had during that time. Like people still wasn't scared to experiment
Right.
and try new things. If it failed, oh well, it failed. I'm gonna come back with something else later in the year. Like, and maybe you'll like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, people wasn't ready to kill. It wasn't the end of the world if something didn't go gold or platinum. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
Right.
the goal was even then was to have longevity in this game and that. So people would still experiment with stuff. As prolific as Fruits Nickens was during that time or whatever, as much fame they had at the time, they still had their flops. And every artist did. Like nobody
Right.
was 100% knocking it out the park during this time. Not it. Nobody was.
Right.
Some stuff sold better than others. Some stuff was more memorable than others, and this was just one of those, man. Like it just felt like an album filler. Now the next
Yeah.
song I felt like should have came right after Souls of Mischief, and here we go
Right.
back to that West Coast, man,
Right.
with Casual,
Right.
with the song later on, Casual
Right.
out that hieroglyphic camp.
Mm-hmm.
West Coast, man. It was actually this was one of his few solo efforts coming out of
Yeah.
hieroglyphics. But it was laid back early Oakland hip hop, man, like to the fullest, like.
Right.
And that's the
And
very big distinction as far as when it comes to West Coast hip hop, the town of Oakland specifically. Like this was early Oakland hip hop.
because I bet you, like, right now, like, if you tell some people, like, yo, that record cat by Casual later on that soundtrack, y'all gonna be like tripped out when you hear it again. People be like, I don't even know what that is. But this is the type of record I'm talking about. Once you go back and listen to it, you go, oh, I remember this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and it aged well too, man. Like I'm jamming that stuff now. I can jam Casual now.
Because what's funny, when they talk about Oakland,
Yeah,
and they talking about hip hop from Oakland, they
yeah.
don't mention Hyro. They don't mention Souls and Mischief. They don't mention that. They mention E40.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They mention,
Yeah.
Too Short, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
uh, 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 who am I thinking of?
Mac Dre.
Mac Dre.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the three mains right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Three mains. Like
And everything
when you
else
say
just fall
Oakland
right
hip
off.
hop, you're gonna mention them.
Yeah,
But these these guys was around the same time period.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody
Putting
talks
in that
about
pain.
Paris.
Nope.
Nobody talks about Paris.
Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And the thing about Casual, a lot of like Soul of Mischief and all that, a lot of that sound, he produced it. He was like the producer head of
Mm-hmm.
that
Of that
collective.
collective. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right,
Shout out,
all
shout
right,
out, shout out, Casual man. The whole everything affiliated, man. The hieroglyphic,
yeah,
all you guys, man. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Track 13. How's that? Keith Murray featuring Eric Sermon and the Red Man himself, man.
Now you know what got me with this
Mm-hmm.
is that it was. I'm like, all right, they got all the way away from that West Coast. They said we're gonna throw a little bit of that in there for y'all. We're gonna throw some of that East Coast vibe in there. It definitely turned East Coast vibe on us real quick. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought that up, sir. Just to add to exactly what you're saying. Stay right there
Yeah.
for a second. Just to add exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
When you think East Coast, when you think EPMD, Eric Sermon, right? East Coast artist, right? But if you listen to their music, their catalog, that always was a West Coast feel to it. They always
Yeah.
had that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they pioneered that sound in a lot as far as hip hop goes in a lot of ways. So for them to even
Right.
cross over and do a song like this, and it be predominantly it wasn't really far fetched.
Right. 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 Right.
They've always rapped over West Coast influence
Mm-hmm.
tracks and hip hop. If anything, that's what got East Coast hip to a lot of West Coast feeling stuff. A lot of East Coast people wouldn't even be on if it wasn't for EPMD.
Right.
They were like the
Right.
early pioneers of that for the East Coast. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And getting producers from the West Coast to like they helped usher that in.
Yep.
So for something like this to exist or whatever, really when you really look at it in the broad spectrum of things, it's really not that far fetched at all.
Right,
At all.
right,
Yeah,
right.
man.
The production on this record though was like this was like you know because it's crazy because once EPMD was building they label and everything, they had records on there where it was like they kind of got away from that feel, that West Coast feel.
Sure
They
did.
kind of gave you some East Coast like,
They
you know what I'm
did.
saying? Like you could tell they repping, you know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
felt like this record was that, but then it reminded me like, yo, E. Sermon is so versatile as a producer, you know what I'm
Producer.
saying? Like to the point you
Yeah.
forget that he produced certain records. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Al-
like,
al-
yo,
Always has been. Always
you
has been
know.
too, man.
And I'm talking about hip hop and R&B records.
Oh yeah,
You know that
definitely.
Eve Sherman had his hand on. You know,
Yeah.
so
Definitely on the
um,
R&B side for sure.
yeah,
For sure.
this was dope. This was dope.
Hell yeah.
This was dope.
And they were spitting.
Yes,
They all were spitting on here.
come on,
All of
man.
them. Oh,
You
this
know
song
what I'm
definitely
saying?
aged well for sure. Like I was like, oh, they still. Oh, I remember this time where they were going.
Right.
They were pit bulling on here, boy.
Redman
This
dominant voice. His voice is so
still,
big.
still sound like that.
Right.
Man, shout out Keith Murray. Shout out Eric Sermon. Shout out Redman Giller.
Come on.
Hell yeah, man. Track 14. Ha! Now, this is an East Coast classic group. Like you really got to be an East Coaster to even know about this
Mm.
group because what came from it is definitely legendary. Let's organize. Organized Confusion featuring Q-Tip. What y'all know about Organized Confusion?
East Coast.
Come on, man.
East. The East in the building.
When you talking lyrical jargonauts, Organized Confusion is definitely always in that conversation, especially considering Pharoah Monch come out here. Come on, man.
Come on. Come
Come
on.
on. You not an East Coast. You
Did
not a
people
hip hop head
forget?
for
Did
real.
people forget?
Yep,
Ramonch came from a group. All right.
definitely. Yeah, real. Now this song itself was real early with the disco feel. A lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back when hip hop was still sampling disco heavy. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of
Mm-hmm.
groovy undertones for the most part. But it's just these boys like making a conscious effort to get people like they're giving you the lyrics, but at the same time they're giving you some medicine with it over too. Like trying to encourage us to organize. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Falling with each other. It's the title of the song. Let's organize. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But they definitely spitting on here. Definitely spitting
Right.
on here. And Q-Tip, you know Q-Tip is this bad boy. He's giving his he early on in his producer bag. Early on.
Another
Before
quiet
Q-Tip was
producer.
even yeah, before Q-Tip was even known as a producer, even behind the scenes even known as a producer. Like he was already like giving people tracks, giving people songs.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a good example of that as well. Yep.
Mm. Hmm. What can I say, man? Okay. We used to call them okay. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Organized confusion. Like so like um what do I remember around that? Like um it seemed like it seemed like they run was fast. You know what I'm saying? And by the time we got to like Pharaoh Monch by itself, it just it seemed like it made they run even quicker. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
I guess the
Definitely.
most thing I remember about organized confusion, man. But they did work with producers like Q-Tip. You know what I'm saying? So like when I saw this, I said, "Oh, I remember." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They low key came. They came into play like a little later on, but they was rolling around when De La Soul.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? De La Soul. That whole native tongue. the whole Native Tongues crew, like
Yep.
they came later on, but yeah, Organized Confusion kind of comes from that.
Oh yeah,
You know what
definitely,
I mean?
definitely,
So,
definitely. Heavy
they all
Bulletproof.
had the luxury of working with Q-Tip because of the affiliation. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I feel like he produced for people he was affiliated with.
Oh yeah, definitely,
You know what I mean?
definitely. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but
He definitely did that. Definitely did.
yeah. This record was dope though. This record was
Yes.
dope.
Yep. It still
Man,
is
it
dope
make me
too.
want to go, man. This gonna make me. Hey, I'm telling you, man. This soundtrack did some things to me. It did some things to me, man.
Yep.
It make me want to go listen to stuff again.
Mhm.
Hopefully it do that for y'all, man. Y'all need to go back and listen to it. You know.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
How you
What's
feeling
the
about
next
it so
track?
far, Key? How you feeling about it?
The soundtrack.
Yep.
I love. I actually like the placement of the songs. You know.
I agree.
And
I
like we
agree.
mentioned earlier, like how they had the R&B and then we go straight transition into the hip hop.
Yeah.
So, um, I'm not sure if another soundtrack did that. Don't quote me on that.
Uh-huh.
But this that stood out to me. So I felt good off of that, but I felt
Mhm.
good off of the amount of songs. For the most part, it's good songs on here.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know.
Like I
But
said,
now smooth,
West
more West
Coast.
Coast, more West Coast.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. For all the
You know
youngsters
what I'm
out
saying?
there, Smooth is actually MC Smooth, an early female hip hop pioneer, West Coast hip hop pioneer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's currently known as Nitas, and she's still known as a singer and rapper
Yeah.
in these days,
Definitely.
right?
But her hit song actually in 1990. The song was called "Smooth and Legit," and her debut album was also called "Smooth and Legit." You can actually go look that up. Still on YouTube, man. Um, Shout out MC Smooth, man,
Man,
for sure.
just seeing her name and like um just seeing her name and brings you back to that time too. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like like you had mentioned before, like being right before the DPG kind of took over.
Hmm.
This was the West Coast. That was the West Coast hip hop.
It was.
You know what I'm saying? Soul and Mischief. You know what I mean? All of these cats, and then later on, we got the Licks and we got
Hmm.
some other groups that was hip hop, predominantly hip hop. When we used to like to call them backpack hip hop, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Uh, so just seeing her name on this soundtrack, I was expecting to hear that though. I was expecting to hear that backpack rapping when I clicked on the song, and then when she was singing, I said, "Oh, what?" It surprised me because I didn't remember. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But yeah, man, Smooth is dope though.
Oh yeah, for
Smooth is
sure,
dope.
for sure, man.
It make me think. It's like was Smooth rolling around with Yo Yo and all of them?
Might have been,
Something to look up. It's something to look up.
might
You
have
know what I
been,
mean?
because definitely from the same time period. Like they were definitely out around the same time, man.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out MC Smooth. Oh, I'm sorry, Smooth. As far as the soundtrack go.
Right.
Track 16. Come on, man.
Oh
Come
yeah,
on,
I'm gonna
man.
let you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Come
gonna
on,
let you take
man.
this one.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna let you.
UGK.
I'm gonna let you take this one.
Yeah. UGK. Front, back,
Uh,
side to side, daddy. Come on now.
that
What
live
you
bass on the track.
what you want
Yeah,
to
that
know?
UGK live bass on the tracks.
What you want to know? All instruments played by the immortal. May he rest in peace, Pimp C. Come on. This my backyard right here, man. PA, Texas, man. This my backyard right here. It's my backyard. Literally my backyard. For sure. What y'all want to know? Hey, UGK, like every soundtrack that they were on early on in their career
Hmm.
or whatever, you remembered that song. It's kind of like how they made their bones in the industry early on, doing
Right.
soundtracks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were on this soundtrack. They were on the Menace to Society soundtrack. Like they were. That's while they were still on job. Like that's what they were doing at first or whatever. But to me, like having watched them firsthand or whatever, growing up watching them boys and they whole movement,
Hmm.
coming from the next town over or whatever. Like, yeah, I got a chance to see that stuff first. Like, it take on a whole different meaning. Like growing up, actually going to the record store and seeing, oh, these boys from over, like they actually in these major releases and stuff like that.
Right.
Like you got for like as far as artists and goes coming out of our little area, man, really gave us a lot of hope, a lot of hope, a lot
Right.
of hope, and a lot came after that too. But man, they were definitely pioneers in our state for sure, man. And yeah, this is one of the examples of it, man. Front, back, side to side, man. Most people that even if you didn't know their catalog, remember this song for sure.
Well, you know what? Hearing this, man, it did hearing that live bass in that track, I said, oh, this musician. You know what I'm saying? And then for it to look up the credits of this Pimp C, it's like, all right, bro. Like
Yeah,
it separated everybody.
hell yeah,
UGK had their own sound because look what they doing. Live instrumentation.
hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shout out Lincoln High School band. Doggone that he played in that he came out of. Shout out Lincoln High School, man. It's no longer even standing
yeah,
anymore. Out of Port Arthur, Texas. If you know, you know.
yeah, yeah. They have some like NWA. It has some NWA stuff in there too.
Mhm.
Low key, because I'm reading the credits right here. And they got like E. Young, Andre Young, well, Eric Wright, Andre Young, O'Shea Jackson. So I assume it has either a sample of, it must have some samples in there of the NWA.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know what I'm
sure,
saying?
for
But,
sure.
bro, yeah, smooth, smooth record, bro. That's a smooth record. Yeah,
Definitely
um,
definitely something for you to ride to for sure,
right.
for sure.
So what's this? Track number 17?
Yep.
Extra prolific.
In front
Did I
of the
say that right?
kids.
In front of the
Yes, you
kids.
did.
Ah! Uh,
I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Nah,
uh,
nah. There's a reason
in
it's at the end though.
2026,
Nah.
I feel like this record was just this person got on there by affiliation of somewhat. Or this song, let me say, not this person. This song got on there by the affiliation of somebody.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Um, I wish I would have remembered what it felt like then to listen to it, but now it just feels like, yeah, this might be a soundtrack filler.
Well,
You
I can
know,
tell you firsthand, buddy. Feels the same as it does now.
that's not
And
good.
like,
That's not good.
cause I had the soundtrack. I had it. This is one of the songs I definitely skip right on past. I fast forward on the tape deck. Or rewind back to
Mm.
UGK again. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm just gonna be honest, man. Like it's just
Yeah, you can't put this
it's
after
a,
him.
and when you listen to it, you can tell like he was just rhyming on that bad boy. He was just
Yeah,
like it wasn't even no real concept to it or nothing like that. Like the track didn't even match with it. Like it's for there's so many ways you could pick this bad boy apart. I'm not even finna do that boy like that. Like
yeah,
no diss to the dude or whatever, but who did this, whoever he is, but just
yeah.
and rightfully
It's
so. I
just
mean,
like, all right,
you never heard of him again.
right. See, and that makes me feel even more like, all right, You had an agreement and had to put you on. Part of the agreement is putting you on the soundtrack, and
Somebody was giving him a shot.
yeah.
Somebody was looking out. It didn't
Track
pan
number
out.
18, Miss
Miss
Kilo.
Kilo.
You wrong for that.
Yep, and you
Ah,
wrong for that shit.
ah, ah. Another one that's kind of like same scenario to me. Like it became more of a soundtrack filler. Like it's almost like they had an. It's almost like they had to make the deal where it's 18 songs. So they just the last two they gave it to them, and then they happened to put both of them back to each other at the end.
Right.
And I think that was for a reason.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know? Yeah. It's not much to say about that.
It
Not
really
much to
isn't.
say about them records, you know?
And I don't want to bash her either, because at the end of the day, dog, she got her money
Yeah,
now.
like,
But
oh yeah, yeah.
she was on the major release.
Man,
It is what it is.
it was recorded in 1993 through 1994. Okay.
But it was a different time back then, man. Like, yeah, people still experiment with stuff back then, man. Like there was
Hmm.
not every soundtrack that was coming out from this period or whatever was like 100% out the park. Like you were gonna have your flops on it. Some
Right,
songs were more memorable than others. I'll repeat that again. Some songs were way more memorable than others. Some songs were just there, no apparent reason.
right,
Like,
right.
but these record labels back then, they had to figure out different ways of launching some of these artists. Understand, third, and a good way to do it back then was through soundtrack and through compilations.
Yes,
And that's what
yes.
people used
And
it
we
for.
seeing that. We seeing it. We seeing it. Um, we're, seeing it by going back and listening to it, and you know, going over all the information about it. Um, dope movie too. Dope movie. You know. But yes, this is a soundtrack that you can listen to now, and you know what I'm saying. Really be grooving to it
For
for
the
real.
most part, for the most part, you'll be grown too.
Some of these
It'll
songs gonna
definitely
take you
put you in the
back.
headspace. Yes, yes. It'll definitely
Gonna
put you in
take
the
you back,
headspace of
man.
that era. Definitely gonna take you back for sure.